Welcome, welcome. It's Epiphany with Honey and Hints, and today we are going over something I personally never heard talked about. So let's get to it. Grooming in friendships. Not strangers, not sugar daddies, but friends. Especially in low income or underserved environments where survival, social currency, and opportunity are often in conflict. Lack, desire, and opportunity. So let's be real. When you're a teen and your family is middle class or just struggling, and your friends' families are giving them $500 plus at the mall while you maybe only have 50 or none at all, you're left feeling like you're behind, like something's missing. That gap, that's where grooming starts. Because lack creates desire, and desire attracts opportunity. And sometimes that opportunity shows up looking like your friend, the wilderness friend. Sometimes the one who introduces you to that opportunity is a friend who's just a little more exposed to the wilderness, more desensitized, more survival minded, more used to making something out of nothing. She is not always a villain. She's often a product. She becomes the recruiter, the bridge, the setup. So here are some examples of the invite. Pull up to this Airbnb party. My man going to drive us. We good. Girl, you trying to get this money or not? The conditions of grooming. The hook isn't always money. Sometimes it's belonging, validation, praise, and attention. Sometimes it's a ride. Sometimes it's a seat at the table you never asked to be at. That's what makes it grooming. It feels like a favor. It sounds like protection. It looks like friendship. But underneath, there are unspoken terms. Be quiet. Don't ask questions. Don't ruin the vibe. Don't be difficult and just go along with it. Be low key. How girls get used. Grooming culture runs on girls who become tools for other people's agendas. That's why pimps use girls to recruit other girls. Why some girls praise predators because he's paid for her hair or general resources that should be normally accessible. Why your child's wilderness friend keeps bringing her into rooms where the men are already watching. It's not just predatory men, it's broken ecosystems, and it's passed down through silence.
All right, Johnny Dollar. Johnny, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Illinois, Alton.
And where are you based now?
Minnesota.
Minneapolis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And tell me about your childhood. You had both your parents as a kid?
Well, I had my mom. She raised us both 7 kids.
And how would you describe your childhood?
It was great. I had everything I might have wanted.
Your dad was out of the picture?
Excuse me?
Your dad was not part of your life?
No, not really. Not really. I've seen him, he bought me little stuff when I was young, but he really wasn't there.
So you got introduced to the game at what age?
16.
16. How'd that go down?
I had moved to a place called Michigan, and I met a girl, you understand, she was 28 years old, and I was 16 years old, and she really liked what was going on.
How did things start?
Well, we fooled around for a couple of years, and, she was a veteran. She was really, really seasoned, you know what I mean? And she paid me a little money, bought me a few outfits, bought me a car and things, she really, really wanted to mess with me, so that's how that went. And I took it from there to New York City.
And how many girls would you have at once?
I've been 4 or 5 deep.
4 or 5? And you're still active today?
Absolutely.
So what does a pimp provide to the girls? You're providing protection, you're managing their money?
No, I provide knowledge that's going to carry them through the lifetime, After I'm dead and gone, the knowledge that they received off of me by being around me, it carries them on through.
And what does a girl get out of it?
They have everything just like I have.
They get
Yeah, they have diamond rings, line jeans, and silk suits and lizard boots. They have it just like I do. I don't want to see mine no other than me. I want, when they see my girls, I want them to see them sharp, where they say, you know, it represents me and it says a lot.
and the money they make, they give to you.
Absolutely. But now I give just like I receive.
So now I'm going to share a bit about my own story. I'll be honest, my first brush with exploitation came from someone close. It was my cousin. My parents were divorcing, so I was emotionally lacking. I had money, but not the kind my friends had. I had access, but I had no anchor. So he stepped in like a protector, like a big cousin. But really, he led me straight into situations that I did not have the tools to name until years later. That's the formula. Lack plus persuasion plus false protection, it ideally equals grooming. Now, this is the biggest lie. That's the trick with grooming. It doesn't always start with the man in a van or an older boyfriend. Sometimes it starts with a friend who was once prey and now plays the middleman role. And because they look like you, laugh like you, and call you cousin, sis, or friend, the red flags don't wave, they whisper. And when nobody teaches you that comfort can be a setup, you start to think maybe a little attention is better than none. Or maybe even survival is supposed to look like this. That's not normal. I'm here to tell you none of this is normal. It's not normal for a 14-year-old girl to be around grown men. It's not normal for protection to come with conditions. And it's not normal for you to feel like you owe someone for basic things, food, transportation, or even validation. If we don't teach our daughters what real empowerment looks like, someone else will. And they won't teach it with love, they'll teach it with leverage. So, to the families, the parents, the big sisters, the aunties, this is your call in. Teach them early. Talk about boundaries before someone else teaches them silence. Show them what safety feels like, what manipulation sounds like, what it means to say no, even when you're scared. And so, my daughter, if you ever watch this, you never have to trade your light to survive. Your worth is not negotiable. And anyone who tries to make you prove it is not for you.